Cerdanyola, una història rica, un present intens, un futur esperançador. Aquí, a les teves mans.
The municipal area of Cerdanyola del Vallès covers 31.5 square kilometers to the northeast of the Collserola mountain range, in the Vallès Occidental region. With a population of nearly 60,000 in 2006, Cerdanyola is located in the heart of a large rail and road communication center, making the city easily accessible from anywhere. Yet, Cerdanyola also has a great natural space. The Collserola mountain range is the largest natural area in the metropolitan area of Barcelona. Indeed, the city enjoys a privileged communications network. Passing through are motorways such as the C58 and the A7, which connects Spain with France. The town can also be accessed via the National 150, which links Barcelona with Terrassa, or via the B30, the link and ring road of the Catalan capital. There are also many different ways to get to Cerdanyola using the public transport systems. In addition to the city's different bus connections, there are 3 railway lines and 4 railway stations, 2 run by Renfe and 2 run by the railway of the regional Catalan government, the Ferrocarrils de la Generalitat de Catalunya. While Cerdanyola is a 1,000-year-old town, human activity in this area actually dates back to prehistoric times. The museum, Museu Històric de Can Hurtador, has a large collection of remains that bear witness to human presence on these lands. From prehistoric remains to Iberian objects, the museum provides great evidence of Cerdanyola's past. Among the different objects on display are these remains of 2 stone lions and this millenarium, or milestone, an information point that marked the mile number of its corresponding road during the Roman Empire. Cerdanyola has another great museum, yet this museum conserves all of its remains precisely where they were found. The Iberian settlement of Canolibe is distinguished both for its importance and for its magnitude and future projection. The settlement was inhabited since the year 550 before Christ. It was from here that the different aristocratic families extended the scope of their influence on the fields of the entire flatland of the Vallès region. For an idea of this agricultural activity, we only need consider the silos that can be visited today amid the different walls that bear witness to our town's Iberian past. Let's leap forward in time to the Middle Ages. From this area we have buildings such as the Hermitage of Santa Maria de las Feixes and the Church of Sant Iscle y Santa Victòria de les Feixes, a small Romanesque building that sits right in the heart of the Collserola mountain range. The Hermitage, which holds its celebration on the 3rd Sunday of November, has become a required stop along hikes on this side of the mountain. In the 17th century, the castle of Sant Marçal came to house the power of the Marquessate of Cerdanyola under the Marimon family. Let's continue on our tour through history and stop off at the old church of Saint Martí in the cemetery. This Gothic structure was built at the end of the 16th century using the stones of the old parish church located in the Collserola mountains. Yet, if any buildings were predominant until the 19th century, it was the country houses, a reminder of a long-forgotten past of agriculture and vineyard cultivation. Among those that still stand today, we have Can Altimira, which currently houses the municipal library, Can Miró, which was converted into a service building for the Autonomous University of Barcelona, and Can Coll. Among its other points of attraction, this last house offers an idea of how the families of the countryside lived during the 18th and 19th centuries. Other remains of this agricultural past can be seen in the Can Serraparera, with its magnificent gardens. And finally, this tour comes to a close in the Collserola Mountains at Can Catà, a Baroque building that was erected in the mid-18th century. Whilst the people of Cerdanyola lived in scattered farmhouses throughout the region, in 1828 they began to come together in the first urban cluster, known as Cerdanyola de Dalt, or Upper Cerdanyola. Next would come another town centre, named Cerdanyola de Baix, or Lower Cerdanyola. By the time the two areas had spread to where they were nearly touching, the current church and town hall were built, straddling the two urban clusters. It was the early 20th century when the new church of Saint Martí and the rectory were built, an Art Nouveau construction that combined Gothic and Islamic styles. The town hall also dates from those initial years of the 20th century. Still standing today are the porch, the curved pediment, and part of the general meeting room. Yet by that time, Cerdanyola had been undergoing a boom for several years. It was here that Barcelona's comfortable classes came to spend their summer holidays. The construction of the railroad in 1855 facilitated travel for well-to-do families from Barcelona. And with the arrival of these new visitors came the Art Nouveau and Noucentisme movements. Many of the large homes from that period are no longer there. Fortunately, however, we can still admire a few, like the Torre Vinyals, the Casa Manyà, and Can Hurtador, a splendid Noucentista-style summer home surrounded by magnificent gardens, which is now open to the public. As the 20th century drew on, agricultural activity in the area began to give way to commerce and industry. The greatest example of this modernization process was the asbestos factory, founded in 1907. This imposing industry came to cover a monumental complex with different buildings that reflected the different architectural styles of the era. During the first 3 decades of the 20th century, the increase in both the industries and the summer holiday visitors led to the development of new districts, such as Montflorit along the site of Collserola. At the same time, to the north of the municipality, the Bellaterra district was developed in the area around the second railroad station. Later on, Cordellas, Serraparera, and El Turonet would also appear, gradually reducing the farming and cultivation areas until they were completely gone. In the 1960s and the 70s, the massive influx of people from other parts of Spain would lead to a new development boom in the area. Dating from these years are Bonasort, Banús, Las Fontetes, and Cerdanyola 2000. In this period, the city was forced to absorb and provide services for its heavy demographic and urban growth. Industrial zones such as Clota and Polisur were built, illustrating the economic growth of the 60s and 70s, and the area was also the backdrop of some important worker and anti-Franco upheavals. In the midst of this spectacular growth, Cerdanyola would bear witness to the initial operation of the Autonomous University of Barcelona in 1968, a campus taking up an extensive mass of land between the B30 motorway and the district of Bellaterra. Given its surface area, its numerous departments and its vast colony of students, the university, popularly known as the Autònoma, is virtually a city within a city. The Parc Tecnològic del Vallès, or Technological Park of the Vallès region, dates from the late 80s. This important economic center accommodates a large number of Spanish companies that work within the field of the new technologies. Towards the end of the 20th century and beginning of the 21st century, Cerdanyola continued to grow, albeit more slowly. This most recent period has seen the development of the districts of Canaletas, the Turó de la Guiera, and the different constructions envisaged along the Carretera de Barcelona through Fer. Despite its heavy demographic and urban growth throughout the 20th century, the city of Cerdanyola continues to preserve a significant natural heritage. The Collserola mountain range covers nearly half of the 31.5 kilometers of the municipal area. This mountain range is predominantly made of Aleppo pine, oak, holm oak, and riverbank woodland, providing refuge to more than 190 animal species. The proximity of this vast green area means that it's available to anyone who wishes to enjoy an outing or practice sport in the middle of nature. The many paths and trails that run through this authentic green lung of the metropolitan area give the visitor a whole host of options to direct contact with the natural environment. One of the keys to the public awareness and conservation of this natural heritage is without a doubt the Environmental Education Center Can Coll. Each year, over 12,000 children between the ages of 3 and 12 come through this center, which offers them a recreational and educational exchange with nature. It is precisely here in Can Coll where we can find what are now vestiges of Cerdanyola's past, such as beasts of burden and the last remaining vineyards in the area. Moreover, Cerdanyola has different rivers and flood streams that flow through its municipal area. The stream known as the Riera de Sant Cugat, that of Sant Marçal, and natural flood streams such as the Gorg and the Fatjó provide Cerdanyola's countryside with water, while offering different spots where people can see the typical vegetation of the riverside woodlands. And not to be left off this list of rivers and streams is the River Sec. This river cuts through the city from north to south, becoming a point of reference in Cerdanyola's landscape. Its recovery as the underlying skeleton of the region is a high priority for the city. Other planned measures to conserve and improve the green areas include the creation of the Greenway, a biological corridor between the parks of Collserola and Sant Llorenç. One conservation feature of this important ecological area is the Firefighters Park. Here, in addition to the park, Cerdanyola also has the General Directorate of Emergencies, which handles all of the region's emergencies. Yet Cerdanyola's green area does not solely consist of the Collserola mountain range. Right by the Canaletas neighborhood, visitors can enjoy a stroll through the Riera Park. Peaceful and inviting, the park connects Collserola and Cerdanyola. Within the urban center, the city also has a number of different parks and gardens. Parks like that of Cordellas offer pedestrians a place to step out of the city life and relax in an area surrounded by nature. The Parc del Turonet is yet another important natural spot in the middle of the city. Apart from the many families with children that enjoy this space, this park is also the site of numerous cultural events, such as concerts, dances, exhibits and fairs. Once here, you cannot miss the Plaça de l'Estatut, a huge 15-meter-high letter C to commemorate President Lluís Companys has become a focal point of Cerdanyola's urban landscape and identity. The human dimension of Cerdanyola, with a population of some 60,000, has created a human mosaic that is at once diverse and united, while generating a dynamic and participatory fabric of associations that promote the city's civic and cultural life. There is no doubt that the keystones of culture reside in the city's different schools. One example is the municipal school La Sínia. Founded in 1982, this school is located in the heart of the city. The youngest children receive instruction within the walls of an old summer house, whilst the section for the older students is located in another building. In all, the center offers education for 450 boys and girls. Yet indeed, some of the best showcases for the city's civic, cultural and sports activity are its festivals. For the Roser de Maig, or May Rosebush Festival, the streets become a huge festive circuit where everyone is invited to take part in the many leisure and cultural activities held. Still, another must on everyone's calendar is the Festival of Sant Martí, the patron saint of the city. For this event, all the festivities are sheltered beneath an emblematic canopy. There are also events promoted by Cerdanyola's own associations that not only go beyond the municipal area, but also transcend the borders of the country. One obvious example is the International Blues Festival, considered to be one of the best of its kind since it was first held in 1987. Other cultural events of similar scope and importance are the International Children's and Youth Theatre Festival, the Dance Festival, and the International Biennial Aqueduct for Photography, a leading competition worldwide in which over 65 countries take part every year. Still, other activities such as the Day of Sant Jordi bring together vast numbers of Cerdanyola's residents to enjoy an event that has become an authentic tradition in the city. The 24 hours of uninterrupted reading are the act of commemoration by the city on the very special day of the Book and the Rose. And of course, the other national celebrations and traditions have also found their place on Cerdanyola's schedule of cultural events. The Sardana Dance Gathering, the Tres Tombs Parade, the Balls de Gitanes, folk dances, Giant Dance, Human Castles, the Armed Trabucaires and Demons are just a few of the attractions of the different festivals sponsored by the city. The considerable number of Cerdanyola's residents who were born in other parts of Spain has led to the strong influence of their own regional traditions. It is the drive and devotion of different regional associations that have come to weave the city's organizational and cultural fabric. Associations such as those of Aragon with their Jota and drum groups and the Galician Association Irmandade Galega strive each day to preserve the customs and language of so many Cerdanyola residents who were born outside of the city. One clear-cut example of this is the Association Andalucía, a social center with a large membership. This center offers everything from a taste of a nice Fino sherry with Iberian ham to the night of the Cante Hondo performance, an event that has become one of the most important of its kind in the country. Moreover, each year they celebrate the Day of Andalucía, and for those who still don't know, the center offers different Sevillanas dance classes. The large number of Cerdanyola residents with Andalusian roots makes for very close, long-lasting institutional relations between Cerdanyola and towns such as Valle de Pedroche in Córdoba. Within the city's cultural and associative world, the Ateneu, or Cultural Association, is its most important integrating feature. Founded in 1983, this is the headquarters of countless popular institutions and initiatives. The center, which is presided over at all times by the city's giants, offers a whole host of classes: dance, theater, and plastic arts. Still, other activities are the result of the influx of foreign immigrants during the 90s, such as the Arabic language classes, which are held at the Ateneu and organized by the Mediterranean Asociació Alcántara. Yet another important cultural association headquartered at the Ateneu is Radio Cerdanyola at 105.3 FM. This radio station has become a point of reference for information and entertainment in the city. Its diverse and extensive schedule of programs encompasses all sorts of shows, such as that of the Uruguayan association, El Mate. The program broadcasts the original traditions of the Uruguayan people who live in Cerdanyola, as well as information on Catalonia for the newcomers. Both at the Ateneu and outside of it, the city's elderly people have a meeting place where they can come together through all sorts of activities. Courses such as computer classes, outings, and celebrations all help keep the emotional health, interaction, and spirits of the elderly at their best at all times. Cerdanyola also offers sports lovers different associations and places to practice their activities. The Guiera Sports Park is one such example. This magnificent facilities, owned by the Town Council and the Catalan Handball Federation, offer Cerdanyola residents the opportunity to practice all sorts of individual and team sports. Also available are all sorts of therapeutic facilities and programs, including massage, swimming pool, exercise classes, and yoga, and always under the careful supervision of qualified monitors and teachers. Yet the bulk of the city's sport activity has its base in the many sports associations. Numerous organizations of the most assorted disciplines bring together thousands of people of all ages, from the perspective of both training and education. The activity of these associations culminates each year with the Sport Night celebration, where the city's most outstanding athletes and clubs are awarded. One of the most deep-rooted clubs in the city is the Hockey Club. Founded in 1936, this is the oldest hockey club in Spain and boasts a praiseworthy list of state champions. Since 1956, the club has been holding the 24 Hours of Hockey event, a local sports festival that features the participation of the best teams in the world. The club also takes in those who practice figure skating and has a number of world-class skaters. While Cerdanyola has all types of sport clubs, the city's other major sport is football. Cerdanyola has different teams, the oldest being the Centre d'Esports Cerdanyola, founded in 1946. Also worthy of note are the Unió Esportiva Cerdanyola and the Unió Esportiva Fontetes, given their activities and their numerous members. Without in the near future, though, it is planned that the clubs will form a single club to represent the whole of the city. Without any doubt, Cerdanyola enjoys a unique setting in the metropolitan region. And if we began with an explanation of the early history of Cerdanyola, now is the time to speak of the future that is already being mapped out and constructed. Today, the city is undergoing a transformation and historic change. This transformation project includes 100 initiatives that are part of the Cerdanyola in Process program, a proposal with the clear aim of fostering, consolidating, and uniting the urban, natural, and community environment with their own added values. This undoubtedly unique setting that is Collserola and its plain have significant natural assets to be protected and developed, such as the green band and the river courses, with leading centers of training, research and economy located around the Autonomous University and the Vallès Technology Park. The Plana del Castell and Science Park Development Project will strengthen the worth and finally link the Autonomous University with Cerdanyola's urban, social and technology scene, turning it into a true university city and a benchmark as a knowledge and innovation city. Without any shadow of a doubt, the principal scientific part of these great changes that the city will undergo will be the construction of the Alba Synchrotron. This electricity laboratory, installed in the Plana del Castell, will provide the city with the most advanced technology in Europe and become a leading and strategic project in Catalonia and Spain. The City of Innovation extends to all the different areas of today's Cerdanyola and will be the next step for this city, which is committed to taking part in its very construction and development. Cerdanyola, the area of scattered farmhouses, of upper and lower urban clusters, the zone of country folks and summer sojourners, of industries and workers. And so it will be, without forgetting for even a moment, the city with deep roots, rich in natural space. The well-equipped commercial city with services. The culturally diverse city with a strong sense of identity that all the people of Cerdanyola are building together today.